Hello Year 7, welcome to our new course. We're going to be studying Python, which is a programming language, and we're also going to do some computational thinking along the way. You have to bear with me because obviously the course is designed originally for us to all be together in the classroom so we can do some activities. So I'm going to have to get a little bit more inventive for our computational thinking to try and do some fun activities around that. But do not fear, we are in it together and we'll be okay. So watch your way through this video. So Python is a programming language. It's used by lots of big companies that you will recognise, such as YouTube, which is owned by Google, Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, Etsy, which is like an online eBay but for crafty kind of things, homemade stuff, Dropbox, which is like Google Drive, Spotify, and the alien looking thing is Reddit, which is the world's largest online message forum or message board. So, the chap in the top corner is Guido van Rossum. He's from the Netherlands and he's a software developer, which means he does a lot of coding and makes software. He came out with a new language, which became Python, but at the time he was trying to find the name for Python. He was reading some scripts from a television show called Monty Python. Monty Python is a British comedy from the 1960s and 70s, which is very well known by adults. So people in your family, if you mention to them about Monty Python, may well tell you about it and remember it. The Monty Python scripts that he was reading inspired him to choose Python because it was a short, unique and slightly mysterious name. During this topic, you'll need to get to grips with some HPL skills, some high performance learning skills, of being very precise. So when we code, you've got to make sure that you're typing the right letters and quotations and brackets and things like that so that your code works properly. If you make mistakes, your code won't work quite as you intended or it might have an error. So just work at being precise. Automaticity means being able to do certain tasks or to write bits of code without having to constantly refer back to previous code or looking up the answers and things like that. It's knowing that if you type print and some round brackets, when you get to that bit, that you know that what you're going to put inside the brackets will come out on the screen when you run it. Now you'll need lots of practice, which we will do using little exercises and videos. So we'll start in little tiny steps and work your way up as you get to grips with it. So practice, practice, practice. Perseverance. You will need to definitely be persevere. That means trying 3 things when you're coding, when it goes wrong, and see if you can try 3 things before you ask a question for some help. See if you can figure it out yourself. You guys are really good at figuring it out, your own problems and overcoming challenges. You can do this. And finally, resilience. Ideally, we'd all be in a classroom together, but we're not. So you're going to have to try your very best to follow the instructions, read carefully, and to see if you can puzzle yourself out of problems. If you get super stuck, I obviously will do my very best to help you from the other end as well, but see if you can solve your own problems first. So here's a little cartoon just to reiterate the whole practice part. So how do you program so well? Practice. It must be an innate gift, a gift from God. It's practice. I'll never understand how people are so talented. A mystery. Practice. So Python really is all about practice. It's nice and easy to start learning, and we will learn it in small amounts and do lots of practice so you get to grips with it. So that's the end of this video. You can now close the video and move on to the next task.